You're live. Go.
I'm live. I hope this thing's going to be alive by the end of this episode. That's the game plan. It's been a long time coming, folks. Well done if you've been watching even part way through, let alone all the way through. It's been quite a journey. Last week I was talking about these clocks, and I said, oh yeah, I thought they were about $600, came from Germany. They did come from Germany. And I thought it was...
You've got the steel wool in front of it, so that's what you look like you're pointing at.
And my wife got me some steel wool. Thank you, darling. Right. Anyway, these clocks... Not the burnt bits. These bits are off of the old clocks, right? But the whole setup, I said, oh yeah, I think they cost me $600 and they came from Germany. And I was continuing about a year on. So I go into my eBay thing afterwards because I was curious. It's 2.5 years ago. It's been going a bit longer than I thought it was. And so, yeah, I apologize because I think I swore at you when you said, oh, your memory's not what it was. Yeah, it is dollars. They're about $235 or something. We're a pretty decent bargain when you think about it. Now, onto the clocks around here. Right, so Mr. Helpful's been putting me in touch with people, and I've got a bit of a lead on this. Looks like it's about 25, 26 pounds. What else? We've got some new bits and pieces. I think I mentioned when I was fitting it, I was thinking it was so hard. You wouldn't want to ride around too long like that, I don't think. No. So we'll change that cable. And that cable came from Yam Bits, because that's where most of the stuff comes from. £10.83. And then we've got a new Speedo cable, because why not? If you're ordering one thing, might as well do the thing. The Speedo cable is £6.66. For that sort of price, you may as well. Really? Indicator grommets. So I won't be using these today, but these will go into the Chinese fairings where the indicators come out of. Right. This little circlip goes on. Now, I do have a circlip on there, but it's not the right one. It should be a little tiny circlip like that.
Ooh, really?
And for my final drive sprocket, I have a brand new ring. Now, I thought I had... Yes. I thought I did. I had one anyway. Right, but that's going to go on this morning. They're £3.33.
And the memory is good, is it?
The memory, it clearly is not good. It's not good. What's your name again?
I was going to say, so you remember the deal. If the bike starts, I'm going shopping.
The bike starts and it doesn't rattle to death with the crankshaft.
No, that's not what we said.
That's what I said. So all I do now is I'll cut to a bunch of just little tasks and not try to bore you too much with all that. But am I nervous? Do you remember the episode ages ago when the engine was down there and I said, "Oh, are you nervous? We're going to rebuild this engine and might screw it right up." Okay, and you said, "Oh, I'm not nervous." You remember that? I was rewatching that. Just reminding myself on the journey we've been on. Yeah, today's the day. Or there'll be. Even Bailey's excited. Today's the day, darling. Today's the day. Yes. Now, don't build your hopes up. Don't you build your hopes up either, right?
I really don't know why I did that.
I know, she's dead, right. Yeah, look. Who knows? It's been a... Do you know? Is it going to work? Yeah, there's a bunch of reasons why this may not work.
Well, we'll see.
I'm not trying to build it up. I just genuinely don't know, right? So I just thought I'd give myself...
There's not been any little trial off camera and then
pretend... Oh, God, no. Now you said it, now everyone's going to think, oh, it's a setup. It's like, no, dead set. I have no fucking idea. I haven't even got coolant in it yet.
We will see.
Yeah.
We'll crack on.
Enough waffle. I'm just trying to put it off. I'm fucking shitting myself. When this mechanism is all set up with the spring on there and the cable attached in here, cable goes in that hole there. This is your adjustment. With a home tattoo, happy birthday to you, was created for you. Loads of adjustments to take up on there if I need to.
Go on. What did you say?
I said that one's like you because it's special. And then you said, yeah, it's special. I'm lucky to have you. And I said, yeah, I am, but that's not the kind of special I meant.
Get working. Stop dicking about. Got things to do.
I'm just padding it out. I'm trying to avoid the whole fucking start-up calamity that is almost certainly going to unfold on us.
Be positive. I'm going shopping.
So if this goes well, you're going shopping, yeah?
I fucking am. I am now.
So the little cover little rubber boot that goes over here, I found that on eBay easy enough.
Where would we be without eBay, hey?
Yeah, that is so much easier.
Well,
I'm really happy with that.
Do you think the fact that it got melted and gripped it in the other one had something to do with that?
Well, actually, I've had a lot of on the 350s. 350s is probably my forte. I know them really well, but you do get a lot of the 350 clutch cables that are really, after a while, they kind of dry out. I mean, if you go back to a Haynes manual, I'm pretty sure it actually tells you to take the cable out and oil it up. Hang it up overnight, let some oil drip through it.
You're doing yourself disservice anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, you said you only know about 350s. I thought you knew about everything.
I'm a man. I know about everything.
Go on then.
Just a little nip-up shop, that's it.
Oh.
What?
Just messing me around, aren't you?
Yeah. Okay, so I've got my adjuster about 90% wound in there. I've got a little bit of free play in here. That screw has been adjusted correctly and then tightened up with a 12mm socket over the top to lock it. And then that is it. There. What's next? You're in charge of this job.
Shopping.
Fucking not
We'll
yet.
ignore it. We'll just go shopping.
I'm going to take this. I noticed this on one of the videos actually. It looks a bit scabby, so I'm going to take this off and paint this at some point because it's not good enough.
Cool.
Right.
Go.
Okay, so I do have a rebuild kit for this tap.
Which you can't see because it's stuck in your hand.
Sorry. For the fuel tap, I do have a rebuild kit for it. But at the minute, I just want to give it a go because it feels like it's in pretty decent nick.
There we go.
So there we go. So all I'm doing is just doing a test fit of the fuel tap. Start here for a sec. You see you got a positive and a negative throttle cable. So when I do that, this one's pulling. When I close the throttle, this one's closing. Right. Now at the moment, I'm pretty sure that I need to undo the one that closes and put the nuts both on this side. I was watching another video the other day about.
There's not much work, not much room to work behind there.
No, there isn't. That's without a doubt. That's the challenge of an Rd500 compared to a Rd350. So that's its final position. So I'll get my snips and I'll cut that to length. I think I want to be about there. I'll leave it just a little bit too long for now, just in case. I'll leave this one a little bit on the long side.
That got to come off again, yeah?
Yeah. There's a few more times this is going to come off. It's going to come off firstly because I have new foam seals. They go on the back of this. But also when we're balancing the carbs properly in detail and we get the carb balancing kit, where's that gone? Wherever it is. You need to have direct access to the carb inlets.
You have a balancing kit?
Yeah, I borrowed Adam's.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm toying with at the minute, I've got this T-piece that's coming out up here. And the fuel tap is down there.
Very hard to see.
It is. Let me see if I can get.
I can just about see it. Yep.
Right, that's okay. So this pipe's got to connect to there.
Yeah.
Now, on this heat shield, let's see if I can get that in there so you can see it down there.
Yeah.
You're making out. There is a bit of a cutaway in that heat shield. And so what's going through my mind now is if I disconnect all of this and move that pipe down, so the T-piece is right next to this cutaway piece.
Yeah, ready?
All right, folks, so join us, 10 minutes later?
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay, zoom back in again. So the T-piece is back up where it was. There's not enough clearance between the heat shield, I don't think anyway, to do what I wanted to do. But if I move this wiring harness that way a little bit and rotate the T-piece as much in this direction, and I've pre-connected the main fuel pipe. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mark the two things now. Well, I say the two things, mark the pipe next to it. So I think it's going to be about that long. So I'll cut it and attach it. I'll get back to you in a sec. But before I do that, I want to remind myself, if I'm looking at this in 6 months' time, in readiness for doing another one, you've got your 4 choke cables. So this one's going off to the upper on the left-hand side. That's where that choke cable's going. And so the fuel pipe is going to go between this one and the one adjacent to it, which goes down to the choke on the lower on the left-hand side.
Google's about as deaf as you.
Yeah, it is, right. So I'm just trimming just a fraction more off.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's not really any kinking going on there now. That looks fairly sort of natural. I'm comfortable with that. I can always take a little bit more off if I have to, but quite happy with that. Right, we'll get on to adjusting the carb cables in a second, but I'll just open that back up again. So I have new seals that go in here. Good job, because that one's missing altogether. And that one's pretty rubbish. So there's the part number from Yan Bits, and this is where that foam seal goes. Around here. So I'll just get the old flat as one that's probably not doing very much anymore.
There you go.
Yeah, bit of difference in width, isn't it?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, that's age, babe. See the little horizontal slot?
Yeah.
Okay, you see this pointer? Mm-hmm. Right. You see how it lines up?
Yeah.
So you adjust this cable until that lines up, but you need this cable, which is the one that pulls it back closed. You need it so that the two nuts are on this side, so you've got enough movement. Yeah. Start off with a little bit of up here. Mm-hmm. Right. So you do this one first, and we'll go around and do the other side. Now I'm just going to lock that down. You were saying, sorry?
I was just saying, all this got to be done before you can start it.
Yeah, realistically, you need the throttle cable adjustment correct, at least in the ballpark. You're going to do some fine tuning later, as I said, with the airflow meters. Right, so that's all tight that side. That's good. One of the cables we're going to come back to later is this one. So this one does the oil pump. Yeah. But I've also got two hoses to fit. I've got a coolant hose that goes from the top here to the head. This on the head up here. You won't be able to see it yet. And the lower one, I think the lower one goes to the reservoir here, I think. Right out, it was a practice run.
There we go.
Okay, so what we're talking about is the oil pump being moved by this cable.
Yeah.
And I was having a fouling issue between this bracket and that bracket.
Yeah.
It was only small and subtle, but as I was releasing the throttle, this was getting hung up very gently on there. So I've just bent it up just a fraction, and that moves fine. Okay. However, there is another adjustment I've got to make now, and there's a hole that you look at through the top where the tip of the screwdriver is.
Hang on, move the screwdriver.
Oh, you won't be able to see the hole. Just as long as you can see the end of the screwdriver.
That's what I was looking for. Move the screwdriver.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've got the tip of the blade in a hole on the plate, and you look through the hole down, and there's a mark that you've got to line up. So in the resting position, now bear in mind the sequence of things at the moment. I'm just going to talk. I'm not going to move the camera. We've done the throttle cable on the right carb. We've done the throttle cable on the left carb. The next thing is the YPVS cables. And for that, I need the battery connected and the ignition powered on. We'll get to that in a second. But just so we can understand the third thing that's going to get aligned is this hole. If I open the throttle, you can see a straight line on the
Thingy bob.
Thingy bob. No. on the casting case there's a straight line. And the circle that's cut in this movable plate, this lever, in the resting position, that lines up with that. Okay.
Right, how's it going? Looks like the battery's on.
Yeah, we are just juicing up now. If you have a quick skeg over here. So what we've got is, we ended up buying two batteries. The cheapest one was actually straight from Cully's. It was $60. The other one was from a battery shop supplier. They're very similar in size. They both fit in perfectly well with the exhaust pipes fitted, which is nice, and it's something I've read that is sometimes a problem. But these style of batteries, we want a quick look at the brand names and bits and pieces. Yeah, they're fine. That was 60 Australian dollars, £30 UK.
Yeah.
That was about 90, so £45. Two cable ties together using probably another cable tie. Right. But anyway, enough of that. I'm pretty sure we've got all the electrics connected. So we turn this on, and what do you got? Oh, you got some lights.
Light.
Have you? Okay, cool.
Got a light. Oh, no, it's changed. Yeah.
Yeah, high beam, low beams.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We wouldn't have any indicators because I...
Not got any on.
Hang on.
What?
Okay, well, when I'm doing that, instead of the indicator thing coming on, we've got the high beam coming on, so we'll
Do a bit of
change
adjustment.
that. Yeah. Right. However, one thing's painfully obvious at the moment. We've got no YPVS going on. So, I know we haven't got a hold on.
Check some connections.
Yeah, well, we definitely won't be doing any starting just yet. I'll get back to you in a few minutes. Luckily, we've got a spare bike with spare YPVS, so we can
Try.
Yeah, we can try those off of there.
No.
A spare. This is actually the one that was on this bike. It doesn't work. And the one that was on that bike, the twin sister that was also in the fire, that is now on here, and power valve moves. In addition to that, I think I mentioned something about having the high beam coming on when I put the indicator on or something. No, I've got the oil light. Right.
Scratch that.
However, it's 50-50 and I blew it again. Well, it's not 50-50 actually, it's a 1 in 4 shot. All it is round the back, you've got, yeah, have a little look.
Oh, maybe it's there.
You've got little bulb sockets.
Yeah.
So the one that you want to come up in the respective area, plug it and move it. It's not a wiring fault.
It's a Dave fault.
It's a day fault. Remember, I bought these clocks and I was swapping them around a year ago, which was really 2.5 years ago. I just randomly stuffed the freaking bulbs in the wrong holes. Okay, not good. Anyway, get on to that in a minute or two. I've got 2 blown bulbs, but that's all looking good. Definitely the indicator switch works. Definitely, sorry, did I say indicator? Did I just say indicator?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I meant neutral. Right, the neutral switch is correct.
Yeah.
Right, if you press down on there.
On what there?
Yeah, yeah, and then. See, I don't have a horns, but I have a Tracy to squeal every time.
Work injury.
All right, look at the green light.
Yeah.
All right, if I put it in first gear,
It goes off.
it goes off.
You're a knob. That really hurts.
You normally laugh when I get injured.
I know. I always laugh when you
Right,
get injured.
Bailey, what's the matter?
Bailey's like, get him, Bailey. Get him.
Okay, so now we've got a cycling YPVS, and where's my little bit of bolt? There it is. Okay. So of course, when it's parked itself, it's supposed to park itself parallel to the 2 holes in both cylinder heads. Yeah, and you just put an M8 bolt in there to check it, which we did. If it's a little bit too high or a little bit too low, then you slacken your nut, use the large adjuster, and as you're undoing on one and you're tightening on the other, because as you're paying out on one cable, you're tightening up on the other cable. Does that make sense? Yeah. So these two, you just make a couple of adjustments on each one in turn, so it doesn't go crazy slack until you get into the right spot. And
I'm taking no notice. I've got a work injury.
Okay, right. Now, one thing to bear in mind is the last one that you tighten up wants to be the one that's going to take all the slack out of the system. Right. Well, not all of the slack. You want a little bit of slack. Right. So if you look down here, where my hand is, there is a small amount here.
A little bit play.
Yeah, but also remember that when on the linkage, because there's one of these at this end, there's one down on the bottom pair of cylinders. There was a moving stud that was barely hanging on, and then I pushed it into position and then re-welded it and shaped it up. So, because originally it would have had loads of slack. So some of that might be a little bit mechanical slack, but yeah, no, I'm happy with that anyway. That's good. So remember, you do your cables on your right carb, left carb, then these, and now we can check that little bit. That what? That
You just went that.
that down there.
What's down there?
What's down there is, who's on first? All right, what's down there is the Did we do any recording of it when I was talking about the little scribed line and the circle in the...
Let's see I think so.
Where's my screwdriver go? Here it is.
We were doing something.
There. Can you see the tip of the screwdriver?
I can see the light. If you move the light slightly.
Do I need to move those out of the way?
Yes, you do need to move those out of the way.
So the little hole, I can look through there and see the scribe mark. If it wasn't correct, then I would do this cable adjuster on this side.
Right, okay.
But I'll double check it, but it looks pretty good to me at the moment. That's pretty central, yes. Okay.
Yeah, I think we did do that, but hey, you see now, so we do double takes, that's what matters.
I am a little bit senile. I hate to say it, but yeah, I can feel it getting worse. Who are you again? Right, are you my carer?
The twat that comes in here every weekend.
I come in here every weekend like a lunatic, yeah. All right, so I'll put I think I can put the airbox together now. Yeah, and then next thing will be checking for spark.
Right.
We certainly haven't had any spark so far, I don't think, have we?
Nope, not that I'm aware of.
And when I say that, what I mean, we haven't had any short circuiting cables and things going bananas on us. All right, okay, I'll catch up in a sec.
There you go.
Okay. Weeks and weeks ago, I think it was when I was doing painting the exhaust pipes, somebody commented and they said, oh, wait till you start doing your pipes on the, I think they said on the side. Anyway, and they suggested it was going to take ages. I thought they meant the exhaust pipes, the expansion chambers. I'm pretty sure they were referring to this configuration in here, right? Getting that T-piece for the fuel crossover between the right hand set of carbs, left hand set of carbs and this fuel tap, that three-way connection, getting that in the right spot and getting the exact right length of rubber hose to the base of this fuel tap. How long has that just taken us?
About 2 hours.
Yeah, I reckon. I mean, this left hand elephant here has been on and off like 5 times, I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh dear, right, but that's now fitting. That's now fitting quite well, I think. Another aspect that was causing a bit of a problem, I feel, is this bracket on the elephant's ear seemed to be, to me anyway, it seemed to me to be sort of like bent that way, and so I've straightened it out a bit more. Potentially it could go a bit further, so it's coming across the bike at 90 degrees. Currently it's about 30 degrees, but anyway, yeah, God, that was exhausting.
Oh, we haven't even got started yet. That's going to be another week.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, right. So now we'll go chasing after the spark, all right? See if we've got a spark and see what happens next.
You smiling?
I'm smiling. So, well done. All right. For the folks that missed it, because unfortunately we couldn't do the test for the spark and record at the same time, because one of us needed to be Kickstarter, the other person was holding the spark plug against the stud, and yes, we have a spark. So really happy, really fucking happy with that. But yeah, we have 4. Yeah. So I just want to tighten up the spark plugs. Theoretically, now we just need some fuel.
Theoretically, yep.
So we do that next week. No, I'm joking. Fucking hell, it'd be a rebellion, wouldn't there? Right. Okay, we'll get back in a minute.
Rebellion from me if we don't wrap it up soon.
Yeah, all right. So
Long day.
let me get the spark plugs in. I'll get them tightened down and we'll get some fuel. Okay. Just got to get the coolant in it first. I forgot about that. 2 seconds.
So, know what we're doing?
Now what we're doing. Started topping up the coolant. The coolant started exiting down there. So we've missed something somewhere. Can't remember when, but so I'm just going to take the airbox on this side off, because it's the easiest one to remove, and see something dripping down here, look.
Yep.
Yeah, and see what's leaking.
Cool.
Coolant.
Yeah. Oh, baby's like, yeah, I know, right? Ready.
You know what I fancy doing?
What?
Because I haven't done it in a while. Oh, just take this left hand elephant's ear off again. because there's a black plastic coolant transfer pipe down here, and somebody forgot to fit a pipe. Don't know.
No, me neither.
So this is why we practice. Practice.
Oh my god. Right. See you soon.
Yep. We're not giving up. We're still going for it on this episode. Trust me. We're fucking going for it. Excuse my French, but we are.
I'm going to go and make a cup of tea while you do that.
I know.
Here we go. You found the culprit.
I found well, I am the culprit.
Always.
Yeah, because I didn't put it bloody thing on, did I? Right, anyway, what it is, it's a good job somebody made some videos, isn't it? It was on part 7, 3 minutes and 53 seconds in, and I've taken a screenshot already, so I'll put that in so you know what I'm talking about. But are you looking in here? But the plastic. No, well, all right. You don't have to get too close. You're not going to see very much because everything's in the way. But there's a black plastic crossover coolant pipe with a vertical upright. Yeah, with a vertical upright, and that goes up to the right hand side of the engine, and underneath the cylinder head, right in there, that's where it connects to. So yeah, I'll drop the radiator out of the way. All right.
Long night.
Yeah, look, it's not too bad. So we took the left and right air, you know, the elephant's ears off. Took the upper of the airbox off, the base of the airbox out. That's like 5 minutes now. Getting good at that.
You're not getting it back in.
Yeah. Those are right. And right now I've just got to try to get this radiator out of the way. I might have to drop whatever coolant I've got in there so far back out. We'll see. All right.
All right.
No dramas.
Get on. Move. Stop
Yeah.
yakking.
Ready?
Yeah, you're on.
Okay. All right, I was just telling Tracy, guys and girls, ages ago when we were assembling this, there's this little wire bracket that's designed to hold a coolant hose out the way, and I'd put it in the wrong spot, and then I moved it to the correct spot.
Didn't put the coolant hose in.
Yeah, the coolant hose that so yeah, left carb is half off and radiator's half off, and I still can't get to where the coolant hose is because, well, not properly anyway. It's can I see if I can feel it? Because the next thing I'm going to end up doing, I think, is taking the wiping gas power valve
You're
survey.
right here by yourself then.
No, you'd not do that to me.
Who wouldn't?
You fucking right. I'll check back in a bit again.
Right. How you going?
Getting there, definitely getting there. So this is the first time the two-stroke oil reservoir has been fitted.
Won't be the last.
I was going to say, yeah. So here's one for Rich. We were talking the other day, Rich, about stuff getting melted. Some stuff survived, some stuff didn't. This T-piece definitely didn't survive. So I'll get a new one of those tomorrow. Right.
We are a few hours later.
Oh my God, yeah. How hard was that pipe to get on?
Very.
If you're ever going to leave a pipe off, it's that one. Yeah, that's the, as in, if you want to make yourself cry. Yeah, just give it a bit of a clean up. Right, so we've got coolant in. And
Staying in.
yes, it's not pouring out everywhere. We need to bleed the system at some point tomorrow. We're doing it overtime for you, Rich, because you said stop teasing us and get the thing started, and that's what we aim to do. And
Tracy's like, that's it. You've had your weekend.
I'll tell you what, we've kind of done a bit of a big shift. Not necessarily as we planned to. It's just what happened because we
forgot the pipe, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. All right, okay.
The we's come out.
Yeah, I need a bit of light because I've got to get this onto the two-stroke pump.
Okay, so are you saying that's it for tonight? Or?
If I put this onto the two-stroke pump, and then we'll go get some tea.
Yeah, well, just half of it's made.
I'll borrow that, sorry.
There we go.
My goodness, that's
Another easy job.
I don't reach. Have I taken it the wrong route, maybe?
I don't know. We'll come back when you've sorted it. You found where it's going?
Yeah. Oh, I knew where it was going to go, but it just felt like it wasn't quite long enough to get there. And then I realised, it's just one of those pipes where it's like just barely long enough, and you've got to get the routing exactly right.
Because we need more fun and games today.
Do you know what? I might not even fucking. Oh no, maybe I can get it in there. Let it go. Let it go. I can get on there, you bastard. Yeah, it's on. A lot of noise for no need. Bit of drama. Bit of YouTube fucking drama.
Bit of Dave do-it-yourself drama.
You're fucking right, yeah. Hang on.
Whoever said read a manual, you'll know what you're doing.
Stuff that. I'm not into that.
This is way more fun.
This is way more fun. Put it this way, I'll never ever forget to put that bloody pipe on again. I mean, to be fair, it's like really practically invisible. There's a that helps when you put this light in my eyes. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, you got me doing
No,
both jobs
go away
at
with that
once.
light. That's terrible. All right, where's my light? That's how much work we've done. Fucking battery's been dying.
Oh, goodness sake, can't turn this damn thing off. Right. Are we done?
Almost. I'm just making this look fucking 10 times harder than it is.
Oh, I'm done.
Oh my God. Yeah, this is nice to get your hand in there. This is where you need like a really long set of these. And I don't have them. You got little hands.
Right.
Get hold of that clip there.
Right, hang on. So I can reach, but I'm not strong enough. And hey, why would we want to just do something that takes 2 minutes? I don't know if I could even see what you're doing.
Don't worry. There'll be plenty of time. It's not like I'm not about to fly it on.
Are we done yet?
No, not yet.
Are we done there?
There we go.
Did you get it?
Yeah, are you videoing anywhere near
I
there?
am videoing near, well, kind of. Ta-da!
So you missed the action shot.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you got it, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right. Bleeding. We have to bleed the two-stroke system. We have to bleed the transmission system, and we need to bleed the coolant system.
You can not flash the light at us though.
Sorry. Right. I'm tired. Let's go and get some tea.
Yeah. Which now I've got to finish cooking.
Oh, yes.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Hello.
Hello. Right, it's the following day. We had late night last night, finish off where we got to. What time did we finish?
7:30.
Okay, so we started about 9 in the morning, finished about 7:30 last night. Long day, tiring day, stressful. I don't think we can put this off any further. We'll mix up some pre-mix. We'll throw it in. We'll try and start it. If it starts, cool. If it doesn't, we'll come back again next week. If it does start, we'll be turning it off and we'll do all the fine tuning and fettling next week. This is a long enough episode as it stands.
And enough of our weekend.
And enough of our weekend, definitely. When you throw in editing as well, this is a long video. This will be about 40-45 minutes, I think. Yeah, so.
No waffling, get moving.
Yep. So, that's about 30 mil of in your measuring thing.
Right.
Yeah?
Stealing stuff from my house. Let's go.
Oh, you can have it back. Right. So I was going to get to 900.
I can't see from here.
800 is clearly marked.
I can't see from here. Big red can in front of me.
I'll be. Near enough, right?
Yeah. Is that the right pipe?
I've no idea.
I decided after yesterday, you need a new name.
Get out of it.
Dodgy Dave, Disastrous Dave.
I knew it wasn't going to be complimentary.
Destroy it, Dave.
Destroy it, Dave. Yeah. What about dumb Dave?
Yeah, that's a definite.
God, yes. Right, so that's in the on position. I need to put that to the prime position. Should be that way. Can you hear audio? All of a sudden you hear it moving.
Right, now you're on.
All right. So, a little bit of overflow. Like I said, we've got, what do you call it? I've got no YPVS now.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got YPVS. Right. Okay. I think I'll have to lower this down.
Okay.
Nah.
Are we taking it off?
And roll it down a hill.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so if at first you don't succeed, try again. I think we tried about 3 times. We didn't go crazy. The problem we've got at the moment is the fuel system's a little bit leaky. Mainly that fuel tap seems to be the problem. So I did say we've got a rebuild kit. Not going to rebuild it today. We'll rebuild that next week. Let's see if I can rig up a fuel tank. I'll probably use the fuel tanker for that one.
Right,
And stick it onto this.
Yeah.
And providing we don't have any actual fuel leaks, then we'll use the full length of the hill at our place here to kind of bump start it and see where we go. Well, but before we do that, we'll just double check we've still got a spark. I'm sure we have, but you never know.
Everything got stripped apart before we...
Well, yeah, we had a spark, and we probably have still got a spark, but at the minute there's no fire, so I'm assuming it's something to do with fuel. And because, all right, those drip things are really good, but it's a freshly honed out engine. The compression may or may not be the best. I don't know. Right? And I'm not going to worry about it too much at the moment. The point with these projects is just every week, just push 5 or 6 hours into them, and eventually you'll get there. So, all right, it's not our week this weekend, but it will be next weekend.
Will be.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be.
So close, ladies and gents. So close.
So close so far, but no, it's not.
All right, don't be disheartened. We'll get there. All right.
See you next week.
Yep, see you next week.